we're here today along with a lot of volunteers, veterans, American Legion baseball players, to place flags on the gravestones of veterans who are at rest here in Fairview Cemetery. These people gave their time and service to the country, and we feel it's important that they're recognized on Veterans Day. Veterans Day, we recognize all veterans. Memorial Day, we recognize the veterans who gave their lives in combat. And so we're here today to make sure that their graves are marked. I have several friends who are at rest here, and it's important for me that I be here to pay respect to them. I served in the late 60s, 1960s, and I still meet every 4 or 5 years with people that I serve with.
And we plant these flags at every veteran's gravesite. We get a lot of help from the town, a lot of the communities, as you can see, comes here, the Scouts, Legion baseball team, and then a lot of parents and their children. So it's quite an event. You know, my memory of my service would be different if I had come back with any injury. I was lucky, even though I was in a combat zone, I was lucky enough to not have any significant damage. But there's a gentleman that's Bernard that started this tradition here, but it's kind of a spillover from Memorial Day, which really started after the Civil War to commemorate fallen soldiers from both sides. And then Veterans Day, which commemorates the end of World War I, it kind of carried over to Veterans Day. And we mark all veterans. I mean, I take care of some of the cemetery that's mostly Revolutionary and Civil War, and I've been doing that 20 or 30 years. And I take note of the name and the person, the war they died in or served in, because not all the veterans died in war. But my dad is here, but his ashes are up there with the veterans, and so it's for me it's an important thing to come here and do his grave. I grew up as a Navy brat, so I'm very connected to the service.
And I'm with the Scout Troop 1163, and basically what we're doing is we're planting flags next to the graves of veterans that have passed, and kind of just showing them some respect. One of our scout leaders and troop masters, he was a veteran too, and so we're just here honoring them.
This is Troop 163, and we're assisting in putting out the flags to mark the veterans' graves for Veterans Day. A big part of scouting is citizenship. We try to teach citizenship and being involved in the community. So that's we think, a perfect way to do this. Being a veteran myself, this is a very meaningful event for me that we've been doing for years. Veterans do get a lot of support from the community. It's a good feeling to when somebody asks you about that. But to be honest with you, that's not what it's about. It's about these kids really learning about citizenship and giving back. It's about my folks that I served with, some of whom are no longer with us. I'd like to mention, if I could, a West Hartford native, Mike McMahon. He was killed in Afghanistan and was one of my classmates. So shout out to him and his family. I think this does show many people coming together to really celebrate what makes America, great, and to help honor those who, helped make it that way and have protected our way of life. Despite our differences, we all come together when we need to actually, get the job done.
Honoring our veterans and those who have sacrificed for our country, especially during an election week, where a lot of these folks gave their lives to defend our freedoms. It's very important.
People make such big deals out of little things, and these people defended our country. Kind of touching, honestly, because you just think about all the different lives and what they did for us, and it just again puts things in perspective where, like, if you're thinking about something, it doesn't seem so hard compared to what they did.
Well, what else can we do for our veterans, right, but to thank them, and where would we be without them?
We're just planting flags on veterans' graves, and just to show respect to what they did and their accomplishments. Well, my uncle was a veteran. He flew helicopters, told me what that was like, and how you just didn't know what was going to happen, but he was proud to be a veteran.
It's nice to cherish these moments as a team and come together and respect these veterans that they put their life out for us, and it's good to give back to them.
I had just come back from a family member's service at a cemetery where he was honored by the Marines, and I thought, oh, what a nice way to honor other veterans for this special holiday, especially after the election, thinking about kind of service and community and giving back. I think this was something important to do on a weekend.
Appreciating those who've helped us in the past.
Our veterans are #1 responsible for us to be able to continue our democracy. And without our veterans, we would not be standing on this free land. So I want to thank the people that have served our country, but not only the veterans, but their families, because I know firsthand my dad was a vet, World War II vet, but also my nephew is an Air Force pilot, and he's currently serving, and his family has to deal with a lot. He's got 2 children, and one of them has a lot of health issues, and it's really hard for his wife when he's gone for so long. So I want to take this moment to remember people that have served our country. I'm so grateful to all the veterans that have made this country what it is, and actually will make us even better, because our veterans are our leaders. Learning history, learning what people have done for the country to allow you to do the things that you want to do, and for families to come together. It's an opportunity to share. Like, it was an opportunity at some point, my boys did this with me while planting flags, and it was an opportunity for me to talk about my dad and his service.
Our mantra is to serve, and we have 4 pillars, and we serve our nation, our community, our veterans, and our youth. So that's a focus of a lot of our programs, and this is part of our Americanism pillar. And you see there's a lot of the community here. That beautiful memorial at the center of town where the chain of peace is broken, and we have the names inscribed of all the West Hartford residents who gave their lives in those broken chains of peace.